Guys, today we're going to be covering all of the relics from Obsidian that are the best. So we're going to start off with Slumster's Trap. Of course, does great stamina regen. I'm going to try and keep this video short. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you are new, and enjoy. So we're starting off with Slumster's Trap, of course. Great stamina regen, does a good chunk of damage, bit less than the other Obsidian traps, but still nice amount. So if you run double Slumster's Trap, that is 92,220 points of nature damage to everyone when your monster dies, which is going to help out a lot, especially in Team Wars if you can run like a Uriel with them, or any sort of resurrection monster. Just great. On top of that stamina regen, knowing like how many draining relics there are in the game right now, Slumster's Trap is great. Anyway, next up is Tetsuman's Mask. I crafted this for my Cherub Cupid and my Armonia. After damaging, removes 291 points of stamina. That is a lot of stamina, guys. That is a crazy amount. That can really help out, and since it has 3 uses, it can counter a lot of diamond relics that heal stamina for 2 uses, so this is really good. Next up is when the turn starts, if your stamina is below 50, gives 498 points of stamina to the wearer. You don't need that much, so you could go for a lower level, but I just wanted it to be max stamina draining. But overall, a great mask, can really help out ET attackers, or even just supports. Rude Chaw's armor, I think Tertullian's is a bit better, but the reason I crafted this was because Tertullian's just came out and it was a really strong armor. Still is 93,000 points of armor, can actually counter 2 Slumster's traps, which is really useful. That is a lot of damage that you're protecting yourself from, even from Pierce. It's not going to get through relic armor. When the turn starts, heals the wearer by 30k, and this isn't even maxed out. When it's maxed out, it's like, yeah, 110,000 points and 35k, so if you want to, do that. Then Flamera's Essence, level 40, just for that 128 points of stamina, will usually cover you. Of course, up to 63k just from res alone, which is really good. So I'm running it on my Uriel, and it's really helpful. Next up is Dream's Mask. It's pretty much just a better version of the Diamond Relic version, which was Eeltron's Mask, I think. It doesn't apply armor though, but that doesn't really matter because it was barely any in the first place. Removes 363 points of stamina from the attacker and gives stamina to itself, so for 2 uses you can get 2 full stamina drains. That's really useful, and that's like not even maxed out. Of course, maxed out is going to be a lot better, but look at the cost, 106, so I won't be maxing mine out. Just so you know, we won't be covering the uncraftable relics. So we now have Jakpack's banner. I really like this. It's just a better version of Royal Magus banner, or Mr. Beast banner, because it immediately starts off with 200 extra stamina at the start of battle, maxed out. So put this on like a Sparkus in your set, which is what I'm always recommending. Give this banner to Sparkus, because that means he's a Thunder ally present in the battle. Increases strength by a good chunk of 9k, and deals like up to 40k damage to all enemies with 2 uses just from getting a turn in, which is really good. Of course, Royal Magus banner is just a weaker version of this, so of course craft Jakpack's banner. It's the same price. Just don't waste your time on Royal Magus. Next up is Dro-Bonaul shield. I actually don't really like this too much because only 20k damage. I know it has 3 uses. It can be alright in some circumstances, but I'd rather go with, if you have it, of course, Juggernail shield, but what I'm recommending is Hammer Groms, because that's 78k armor to all allies, and then self-strength increase. I think that's a bit more valuable than 62k. when the turn starts, because usually monsters with the shield relic won't be going in quite quickly, so you won't get many turns in to have that trigger. So at the start of the battle, just really helps you out against attackers. Just can't go wrong with it. Kilrock's armor is uncraftable. Titillion's armor I really like. It has, like, if you're damaged by a skill, gives 130k armor to the wearer, and then also does 64k points in magic damage to them, which is really good. Like, that is very strong, especially that extra damage. If that monster's low, that can just chop him off from the fight. And in Team Wars, that's easily knocked out coin. It's like pretty much a mini soul drag. When the wearer dies, deals 70k damage of the magic element to all enemies. Really, really strong, just can't go wrong with it. Of course, Silent stuff is uncraftable. Sigru's stuff is okay. It's like a better Masher stuff, I think. Does some damage, does some stamina regen and taking. Equalaria's stuff is okay, but it's only when revived. You can use that on Uriel now, though, so that makes it a lot more valuable. Because there used to be, like, no good resurrectors. And also, Wormhole's Trap, 64k damage, 3 uses. So double Wormhole's Trap is going to be doing every single time you're attacked, and 99% of the time, you're going to have no stamina. One sec. Sorry about that. So we were on Wormhole's Trap. Yeah, sorry. Removes 203 points of stamina from all enemies after being damaged, 2 uses. That is 406 stamina after being attacked twice, and against monsters like Dark Vault, that'll completely shut them down unless they have Adrenaline Injector. And I see a lot of kill streaks on them, so I really do want to craft a Wormhole Trap or 2, just because of how strong that is maxed out. And then the 64 damage 3 times over, double wearing, that is 360,000 damage with 2 maxed out Wormhole's Traps. Maybe like a bit more, maybe like 370, because of the extra 4,000 on each. So that is a load. That is stupidly powerful. I really would recommend getting a Wormhole's Trap if you haven't already. Maremotus Amulet, because we're not going to run Antlerian. Of course, when this gets crafted, craft it immediately. Pyrophobic Shield is broken right now. 300 stamina to all allies, just perfect. Anyway, Maremotus Amulet gives it 130k armor when the turn starts. So, depends on who you put this on to really get value out of that. Because most tanks won't be around for 3 turns, they'll just be killed immediately. Maybe you could run it with Maremotus himself, because he can hold an amulet, so you can have this on him, on top of using his taunt over his mega taunt to make sure that he stays alive with TDA. So yeah, and then does 64k dark damage after being damaged by a skill. Really good, really good. Pango's Amulet, more of a healing based one, and stamina draining. So whereas life is above 50, you remove stamina. Below 50, heals the wearer by 140,000. That is crazy good. And then Master Amulet, don't recommend that. Just worst version of them too. I guess it heals the whole team, but you don't really need it. Plantomination's Essence is uncraftable. Gekkone's I don't recommend, just go for Res Essence, it's pretty much in all scenarios better. Could be used, but just go for Flame Mirrors. Torvax's Mask, when you can craft it, do. But right now I'm good with my Tetsuman's Mask, because not really the best, because it's just going to reset. Raijin's Mask, good healing. If any enemy's shocked, that is going to be a bit niche unless you use the Shock Beast, which I do recommend with this mask. Thunder damage to walls, so if you can get like 3 Raijin's masks, put them on 3 separate monsters that can all hold masks, that's like, that is a load. At least 100k damage just from existing. Vault Sword, because of course you can see here Elvira's sword is uncraftable. is really good though, applies repentance, really strong. But Vault Sword is the best sword. It's got 50k damage to all enemies and 40k damage to all enemies. And then next up is Lord Maremotus' sword, bit worse, but can be used in some scenarios. And Wings' sword, just a worse version of all of it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember, like and subscribe. We're so close to 100 subs, and I will be doing a special video for that. Comment if you have gotten this far, and everybody stay safe and have a nice day.